steal, and then they get a three-point play off an offensive rebound down the other end to cut it to 2. We've got a great game now, Brett.
Kareem is open. Nymphius fell away. Foul is called, but it's going to be on Nymphius.
That was very close to being an offensive foul on Kareem, and that would have been number 5.
Cooper ships it into Magic. Kareem. Nymphius. Shot clock is at 7. Harper. Fresh 24. Blackman has it knocked away. Lakers on the steal. Here's Magic. Harper goes down, but blocking is the call.
That's a good play by Harper, because I think the Lakers would have had a layup. Here he comes. He flopped. This is what we call flopping in the league. That's a good call by O'Donnell. But I think Magic would have turned that into a layup, and they're not in a penalty, so the Lakers will only get the ball on the side out of bounds. Here's Magic coming down the floor. Harper's never come to a full complete stop. Magic would have hit somebody or scored it, and it was a good play by Harper, for a rookie particularly.
Want a body like this? Then you need this.
Kevin Lockery, we have 6 minutes and 44 seconds to play. The Lakers lead the Mavericks by 4, and of course we'll bring you conference semifinal action Thursday or Friday night, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Phoenix leading that series 2 victories to 1, also leads the Jazz by 3 points. They're in the 4th period in Phoenix. Here's Magic Johnson for the Lakers. Green. As he passed the ball, there's a 3-second lane violation. Mavericks bring it to the attack. Here's Harper. Ellis. Nymphius. Blackman. Back to Blackman. It's 17 for Orlando, and a 2-point LA lead. On the turnover, the Mavericks can tie it.
They'll go to Aguirre. Right now they're trying to get the ball down to Aguirre on the weak side.
Harper.
That's a great move by a young guard, because they were supposed to bring the ball to Aguirre, and Harper drove the middle for a great shot.
Last time this game was tied was way back in the 1st period at 6. Kareem gets it right back for LA.
When in doubt, bring it to the big fella. He brings it home.
5:20 to play. Here's Aguirre. Up on Rambis. Loose ball, Derek Harper. Ellis. Nymphius. Blackman.
Timeout by the Lakers. We have a tie score. The last 2 times down the floor, Orlando Blackman looked like Jerry West taking a big jump shot. Come on, man!
We are back now for the stretch. 4:47. Kevin, I think the players got the crowd back into this game and not vice versa.
That's exactly right. The guys coming off the bench have played so hard that they really have gotten the crowd back in the game.
Now, it will be difficult for Pat Riley's offensive instructions. No, make it impossible to be heard. He's at the opposite end. That is going to hurt the Lakers here tremendously. He cannot talk to them at all. Shot clock is at 6 when they get it into Kareem. as he rolled up the hook, scored, and drew the foul.
Every big play they've gone into Kareem, and that was a great move. That wasn't because he just was overmatched and impetus in the pivot. This is a great offensive move by a guy who scored more points than anybody in the entire game. He's a tremendous player. That's a tough shot.
He has 27 points already. Now it's at 28. Harper dishes Ellis. Cooper. Harper fell heavily. He's back up. In some pain, still playing. Magic maneuvers the attack. I guess they can hear Magic, and that's what's important, right?
He's the boss on the floor.
Kareem again. Turn at the baseline on Memphis. They cut off the middle that time with double team help, so Kareem just took it baseline, and suddenly Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has given the Lakers a 5-point lead, and there'll be a timeout here in Dallas. We are back now for the final 3:46 here in Dallas. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, at the age of 37, he's the oldest man in the playoffs. But right now, he's been the brightest. He has put the 5 points on the board that spell the difference. He scored 30 points. He's 8 of 8 in this half. And Phoenix leading Utah by 2 points in the fourth period. Harper gets it back, and now it's 3. Magic. Got it back. In and out. Blackman battled to save it. Out of bounds. Lakers ball. Pat Cummings now taking Kareem. McGee and Magic in that backcourt. Cooper is there. And here's Kareem. Cooper. McGee knocked away. Right back to McGee. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Aguirre battling underneath. Came up with a big rebound for Dallas. Aguirre got Worthy in the air. Kareem got a hand. Ellis underneath. Two minutes and 31 seconds. Kareem. Double team. Cooper. Worthy. It'll go over on the loose ball. Foul against the Lakers. The Mavericks.
The Lakers are in a penalty, Brent, so the Mavericks will have a chance to go ahead in the game if they make the 2 foul shots. And Derek Harper has played a sensational game off the bench, both defensively and offensively for the Mavericks.
That was foul number 4, Kevin, on McGee.
McAdoo will come in the game for the Lakers to add to the outside shooting because they're looking to go into Kareem offensively, the Lakers, every time. Dallas is sagging back. They need some outside shooting in the game. They put McAdoo in the game.
And the rookie from Illinois can tie it with this free throw. 11 points off Dick Motta's bench. A mighty important steal. And now their first lead since early in the first period at 6-4. 2:10. Here's Kareem. Ships it back inside to Cooper. Foul was called.
Cooper made a good cut to the basket, and Kareem seen it from the weak side. Cooper happens to be an excellent foul shooter. That's Cooper cutting to the basket. Nice pass. Cooper's one of the better foul shooters on the Lakers. And when they coming back down the floor, Dallas will probably go to either Aguirre or Blackman, Brent.
Tied at 106. And Cooper can give the Lakers back their lead at the 158 mark. Harper to the attack. Out. Battle for the loose ball, out of bounds. Jump ball. Jump ball is the call by Eddie Middleton.
That was great hustle by both Ellis and Cooper, but Ellis knocked the ball out of bounds.
And McAdoo and Ellis elbow each other. McAdoo threw a right elbow as Ellis came walking past him.
There's a loose ball. Ellis is the last one to hit it. It's hard to tell from that angle. But then McAdoo and Ellis got into a little scuffle, and it's not like their temperament. Both of them players are pretty mild-mannered. They're jumping the wrong way right now. The referees have the players in the wrong position. All right, they turned them around. That would be a little bit of an advantage for the Lakers.
Mavericks, it's Aguirre. They're shooting for the lead this trip. Blackman. Double team. Harper. Cummings. Blocked by McAdoo. Magic. Chips to McAdoo, who loses control of the ball, and he travels.
That was great defense by the Lakers on one end of the floor. The turnover by McAdoo. It was a good pass by Magic. Now Dallas has to come down the floor and try to get the ball in Aguirre's hands. Dick Motto call a 20-second timeout to set up the play they want. This is a key possession because you can get 3 out of the last 4 shots if you use the clock properly with 1 minute and 16 seconds left, Brent.
And we just get word in the other tight one that Utah has gone ahead of the Suns, 88-86. They are shooting to tie that series at 2 games apiece. Pat Riley setting his defense over there with Mitch Kupchak, who has not played much in the playoffs after what everyone thought was an effort by Riles to get him ready.
I'm surprised. He brought him along real well in the end of the season, and he was playing good basketball, but I think Pat really likes the quickness of the club he has on the floor, and that's not Kupchak's forte, particularly after the injury.
Here come the Mavericks.
2-man game with Blackman and Aguirre, I would say, Brent. Here it is.
And there's Aguirre. He'll take it. Missed the shot. Loose Mavericks. Harper. Inside of a minute.
Aguirre's hurt.
Aguirre has gotten up very slowly. And there is a timeout. And now there's only 1 left for the Mavericks. Aguirre goes back down. Trainer rushes out to assist him. We'll check and we'll be right back.
Want a sleek, sexy...
We are back in Dallas, and Mark Aguirre is still being tended to. He is down on the floor. And here is how it happened. Watch from the right-hand corner. Number 24, Aguirre, battling back after his missed shot. Dives. Crashes heavily.
That's usually a hip pointer, which is very, very painful. And the way he's acting, I don't believe he's going to be able to play the rest of the game. And Dick Motta has already set up a play without having him in the huddle. He's not going to be able to continue. He's hurt pretty bad.
32 points, 7 rebounds. That's his playoff high, and he is being helped from the floor here in Dallas.
That's a shame, Brent. He's had his playoff high of 32 tonight, and He's played excellent basketball. Now it's going to be up to Vincent. I assume they'll come back with Vincent. He's going to have to hit the big shots down the stretch.
Now, I imagine Pat Riley and the Lakers would be very conscious of Blackman moving off a screen, shooting something from the perimeter here with 54 seconds to go also, Kevin.
If they isolate Blackman, look for the Lakers to double team with Magic right away to make Blackman give the ball up and make Harper or someone else beat him from the outside.
Lakers lead it 107-106 and 54 seconds to play. 16 on the shot clock.
There's the double team.
There it was. Harper. 4 on the shot clock. Cummings. Loose. And a loose ball foul is called outside by Jake O'Donnell. And that would be Jay Benson. That's his 5th.
Right now you have a situation where Pat Riley is telling them the same thing. You got Rolando Blackman looking to go one-on-one. You have Vincent Dale Ellis up front. But you'll see a double team of Blackman if he goes to isolation, if Mata goes to isolation. I think Mata will probably look for either Ellis or Vincent coming around and pick this time for the jump shot. This is where you're really missing Aguirre. All year, he's the guy against particularly the Lakers. He's hit about 3 or 4 three-point plays in his career against the Lakers to beat him at the buzzer, but he's not here, and that really hurts the club at this stage.
Well, you talked about this Dallas franchise and the marketing job they have done in this city. Now, keep in mind that we are buried in football country. High school, college, professional. It's a way of life in the state of Texas. And a lot of folks thought you could never come in here and sell professional basketball, but they have. And here are the men responsible for bringing you this playoff action this afternoon. Our doubleheader, executive producer Ted Shaker. This game produced so capably by Robert Stinner and directed by Bob Fishman. And the rest of our cast here in Dallas.
Brad Davis, Brent, has come in the game because he's a better jump shooter than Harper. And when they double team Blackman, they like to swing that ball so Brad can get an open jump shot. He can make that shot.
Jay Vincent will inbound the ball directly in front of us. Magic and Rambis are there on Brad Davis, and Blackman is over there. Cooper is watching him. And it is Dale Ellis who comes outside to help, and here's Cummings. Cummings on the move. Score. Continuation. Basket counts, and he was fouled. Pat Cummings has tied it at 108.
Let's face it, Brent, Pat Cummings has not had a great game, but what a great move. I don't believe he can do that move in the gym by himself some nights. He drives left to the basket, goes to his left, and finishes the shot after getting fouled. That looked like Magic Johnson, and Pat Cummings has a chance to put Dallas ahead by a point.
Magic's 2nd foul of the game, and Pat Cummings, 4-year veteran out of Cincinnati, at the line, and Pat Riley, after that free throw, wants a timeout. It's missed, Lakers ball, and Riley wants an immediate timeout. 29 seconds left in the game. We're tied at 108. Riley has 2 more timeouts, and you would have to think the obvious here. Get Kareem in low and let him shoot the hook.
There'll be involvement with Kareem and Magic, and somehow a 2-man game. You have a great advantage when you have 2 timeouts and your opponent has none. Dallas must not only set up for a defensive situation now, they must also set up for an offensive situation, because they'll get the ball back with at least 7 seconds remaining in the game. They must have an offensive play right now as well as a defensive one, Brent.
And in case you just joined us earlier today in the first game of our doubleheader, the New York Knicks drew even with the Boston Celtics, 118-113. Hubie Brown's fine defensive work with that basketball team had the Knicks draw even as they head back now to the Boston Garden for Game 5. Utah had just pulled ahead of Phoenix late in the 4th period. The last word we had on that game, Utah attempting to draw even 2, but on the road down in Phoenix. And it is 98-96 Utah with 1:05 to go and a 2-point lead by the Jazz.
is a situation. One thing you want to do right now for Dallas is to make sure you do not foul. Make them beat you with a jump shot. If you foul now, that you're in the penalty, it'll give them 2 easy shots. But if someone is foul worthy, obviously is the guy that has the lowest percentage, only 50%. But you do not want to foul. You want to make sure that they beat you with a tough shot. They have some great players, particularly they'll probably go to Kareem. Kareem happens to be a pretty good foul shooter, particularly under pressure.
The Lakers have scored 18 points in this period, and Kareem has 12 of the 18. Kareem and McAdoo, Magic, Cooper, and Worthy on the floor for Pat Riley.
Their best offensive unit. All 4 players can score. And you know when they got the big guy down in the middle, he can score for sure, Kareem.
2 seconds elapsed from the shot clock before the Lakers called the timeout. Blackman almost got a hand on it. Here comes Magic.
Two-man game, Magic and Kareem.
Now it goes to Kareem. Working on Cummings, turnaround jumper, short. Blackman's ball. Last 10 seconds. Ellis. They bring it down to the last shot. They don't want to give the Lakers a trip. Lakers don't want to foul. 2 seconds. Time is going to run out. Regulation has ended. Derek Harper didn't know how much time was left on the clock. We're headed for overtime in Dallas.
I tell you what happened, Brett. Harper thought they were leading the game by 1 point because he was running out the clock. I bet he thought they were leading the game by a point instead of the game being tied, because he ran the clock out and he thought right then that Dallas won the game.
I think you're absolutely right, Kevin.
Follow the
overtime team, Brent and Kevin, and let's show you, Kevin, you're absolutely right. Derek Harper, watch the time go down and watch what he does here. He bats the ball away. He is ready to celebrate. He thinks the Mavericks have a 1-point lead. Now, take a look at a different angle. Magic is sloughed off. Harper dribbling, said, let's go celebrate. Wait. And it suddenly dawns on him that the score was tied. And now that injury to Mark Aguirre is so critical. Not only did they use a timeout down there, that they could have used at this end to set a play so that everyone would have known that they were tied. They're without their biggest player for this overtime. They had a chance to take a shot and win it. They don't even get the opportunity. And now Nymphius and Kareem jump. It's the Lakers' ball. Magic yo-yos off to McAdoo. On the miss, it's Ellis rebounded. Harper with the jump shot.
That's great confidence. He made the mistake. They comes right back with the jumper. His toughness about his character makes him an excellent player. He's going to really be a good NBA player.
They ship it to Cooper, who sends it into Worthy. Shot clock is down at 5, stolen by Harper. Nymphius. Shot clock is down at 5. Off now to Harper. Harper penetrates, puts it up. This is fresh 24. It's Jay Vincent coming up, and the foul was called.
That'll be a 2-shot foul going to the basket. Nymphius.
5 fouls on Abdul-Jabbar.
Pat Riley's got to go with Kareem. If Nymphius makes both shots, Vincent's going to the foul line. He makes both shots, they'll be 4 down.
We get late word out of the locker room as Vincent cans those free throws, and it goes to 4, that they are massaging Aguirre's hip, and they do not rule out his returning to this game. Here's Cooper. Penetrates. Goes back to 2. It's 3:26.
Blackman's going to have to get in the offense right now for Dallas. Cooper's an excellent defender, but Blackman's got to score some points in this overtime without a water.
Here's Ellis. Stolen by McAdoo. Harper will let him go, and we're tied at the 3-minute mark in overtime.
Cooper's keeping the ball away from Blackman. Orlando's got to come and get the basketball and become part of the offense.
Here's Benson. Squeezes the trigger. No, it doesn't count. Offensive foul.
That's a big call. I think it's a very good call, but it's a big call. Could have been a 3-point
foul
play.
on Benson.
That's why it's so key. Now you have to go with Garnett, who hasn't played the game in the game yet, unless they go with 3 guards and bring Brad Davis in.
Mata and Weiss conferring. They haven't made a move yet.
Looks like they're going to go with Turner and move Turner up front.
Now Mata has brought Turner over.
Whatever play they use in this stage makes it extremely difficult, because we've been playing for almost 2.5 hours and they've been sitting on the bench. That's a tough situation. Turner's a very good defensive player. Outside of Harper, maybe the best defensive player they have, but not a very good offensive player. Without Aguirre, you need some offense. Also, Turner will have to play McAdoo, and that's a mismatch.
Tied at 112 in overtime. LA leading Dallas 2 victories to 1. Cooper is open. LA takes a 2-point lead. Harper comes down. McAdoo is out on Ellis at this end. Memphis. Stolen by the Lakers. Another bad pass by the Mavericks. Magic quickly hits Cooper, who comes inside. And Magic is there for the rebound off the miss. And Los Angeles takes a 4-point lead at 2:03.
Dallas has called timeout, and in overtime, you only get two timeouts, so they'll only have 1 left. They really miss Aguirre in the overtime.
The battle for the West needs some additional minutes. We are in overtime here in Dallas, and we get word that Utah and Phoenix head into overtime tied at 103. And up come the Mavericks to the attack, trailing by 4 points inside of 2 minutes now, and without their big score. 3-point try by Ellis is short. Magic, his 10th rebound, the triple-double. Kevin, there's your man. He came home again. 14 points, 15 assists, and the 10 rebounds. Turner is trying to front McAdoo. Raw pass, and it's now a 6-point LA advantage.
That's too much of a mismatch. McAdoo 6'10", 6'11". Turner's only 6'4", 6'5".
Cummings. The miss, and here come the Lakers.
They had their chance, Brent, but they let it get away in regulation.
Johnson yo-yoing. Into Kareem. They bring that shot clock down to 3, and then Magic puts it up outside.
Need a 3-point play.
Rolando Blackman has been ever so quiet. Has any Cooper on him, and Blackman forces it up, and Cooper fouls him.
Cooper's done a great job not only guarding them, but denying them the basketball, not letting them catch the ball, and it's totally taken Rolando Blackman out of the offensive part of the game. And without Aguirre, that's pretty tough for Dallas to score.
You know, in the first half, Michael had 3 fouls, Kevin, and that was his first one in the second half in overtime.
Very interesting. Pat Riley made a good move. He kept them out at the beginning of the 3rd period, and it's paid off, particularly at the game when it's overtime.
That's 20 points for Orlando. And it's been a long time between points. Four-point advantage. Now the Lakers will bring that clock down. Mavericks are going to have to attack the ball aggressively.
Use the whole clock. Magic go one-on-one. Use the whole clock. There's the double team.
Kareem hooks it. McAdoo. And a foul called underneath.
There's that mismatch again. Turner cannot play Bob McAdoo. He's just too big. McAdoo scored a little jump on him previously. This time Turner tried to keep him off the boards, but how can you keep off a guy that's five inches taller than you? And it's really hurt, again, Dallas by not having Aguirre. We keep repeating it, but it's true. They could have maybe used Garnett against McAdoo, but when you don't have enough timeouts to maneuver offensively and defensively as a coach, it's pretty difficult.
Three-point time for Dallas. Brad Davis with a shot off the side, worthy rebounds. And the Lakers are going to go back to the Forum, needing just one victory to wrap this series up. Kareem steps across the timeline. Worthy ships it to Cooper. Blackman comes out and finally fouls Kareem with 4 seconds left, and they're heading for the exits here in Dallas. Very nice gesture, though, by many of the fans who are giving their team and the Lakers nice round of applause. And Dick Motta has to be saying, if only we'd have taken that last shot with about 8 seconds to play in regulation, I would have liked to have at least had a crack at it.
That's one, Brent, that was hard to figure. I guess he just had a lapse. He felt that Pat Cummins had made a three-point play, but he missed the foul shot, and it's hard to recover when you're playing a great team like the Lakers.
And it's such a shame because he had come off Motta's bench and played such a strong game. He, more than anyone, was responsible for getting back in the game as McAdoo fouls Davis.
That's exactly right, Brent. Their bench got him back in the game. Nymphius, Ellis, and Harper, and particularly Harper being aggressive on both ends of the floor. And it's a shame that critical error had to happen to, but I guess that's how you get experience. First time he's ever been in an NBA playoff. He only played up to junior year in college, but he's going to be an excellent player in the NBA for a long time.
That's a painful experience, Kevin.
It sure is, and I'm sure he's not over yet because he's got to face Dick Motta when he gets to the locker room.
So there it is. The Los Angeles Lakers have beaten the Dallas Mavericks 122 to 115. Pat Riley and the Lakers head to their locker room, and so too will Dick Motta and the Mavericks. (122-115) the final, and